Hey there, here is your tutorial on how to use your Costing Master. So you'll want to start out with your instruction sheet because this is where the link to this tutorial is. So you're here. And also it has step-by-step instructions that are the same as what I'm going to tell you here, but sometimes it's just nice to see it. Okay, so your Ninja says Costing Master. This is my Ninja. It doesn't look exactly like yours because I've adapted it a little. By now you've put in your individual recipe costs, hopefully. And you can see mine here, and I have all my recipes for everything in there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Costing Master, and you have a nice clean one. So you never want to write on that one. You always want to make a copy. So you're going to do this. You're going to click on that little, on the tab, on the little triangle, and it'll say duplicate. And a new one will come up, and it says New Costing Master. You click that twice and name it. I name it for the name of the customer. You may want to name it for the name of the cake or some other way. But this is going to be for the Ortiz cake. And I'm going to call this a chocolate with chocolate drip. Okay. She wants to serve 35. The due date's going to be on December 4th. She is paying me through PayPal. She also wants 12 cupcakes, so I'll put 1 dozen in there. I'll leave a 0 there because she does not want any detailed cupcakes. I think this is going to take me 5 hours to bake and decorate this cake and cupcakes. And it's going to take me 1 hour to deliver it, half hour there, half hour back. It's about 20 miles there, so I'm going to put a 40 here for back and forth. Okay, that's all the basic information. Now, we have to go down and figure out, okay, so what actually do I do to make a 35 serving cake? Well, this is where you're going to go over to the baking calculator down here. Super handy dandy. So let's see. She did say that 2 tiers was okay, so I think I'm going to go with that. So let's start out. I do mine 3 layers. So this is, I'm going to put a 3 there under 6 inches. That tells me it gives me 12 servings. All right. So let's see what a 3-layer 7 would be if I put a 6 and a 7. That's only going to give me 30 servings. So let's put that back to 0. That's not going to work. So let's do an 8-inch 3-layer. That's going to give me, and the total is down here, exactly 35 servings. Wonderful. Okay, so she also wanted 12 cupcakes, regular cupcakes, so I'm going to put 12 here. That ups her servings by 12, so she's going to get 47 servings here, and she's happy with that. That's what she wanted. So now this handy calculator tells you how many grams of batter that you need for each item. And if you're going to divide this in 3 pans, how much each pan gets. If it was 2 pans, it was only 2 layers, it would be here and it would highlight in blue over here. So it'll highlight for you what you need to pay attention to. This is how many grams of filling you need, and I'm filling this with my SMBC. This is how many grams you're going to put in each layer. So it tells you, okay, you have this many grams of filling, but how do you divide it equally between your layers? And this is the number you'll use. So you'll just put that thing right on your scale, put 130 grams on in your layers of fillings, and you're going to be fine. This is how much frosting you need, which for me in this case is the same thing. It's SMBC, and it's going to be fully frosted. If it's a naked cake, this is how much you need. All right, well, all of this is totaled for you. And cupcakes are not included necessarily in the total batter count because cupcakes are done by the dozen, and that includes everything that you need to make that cupcake. So what you'll need to do is not put that in your batter requirement. So your batter is going to be 2750. So let's go back to Ortiz, and I'm going to need 2750 in batter. In frosting, I'm going to need 1655. And in filling, which in this case is the same, so I'm going to need 722. Okay. And here I'm going to say that this is going to be the drip instead of fondant covering. It's going to be a drip covering. So, all right, so you're done with the baking calculator part of it. And you'll go back to your costing master. And so you need $27.50 of your cake. So let me just... Okay, so my cake is down here. I've already inputted them in the individual recipe cost, and they magically appeared here. So I'm going to do a dark chocolate. It's number 3. Okay, so I'm going to put a number 3 up here because this is my recipe for dark chocolate. The price pops up, $5.96. I need $27.50, so I'm going to just get my calculator out, and I'm going to divide $27.50 by how much that cake recipe makes. It is $12.85. So $27.50 divided by $12.85 is 2.14. I need 2.14 recipes, and the cost is here. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the frosting. I know my frostings by heart. It's a number 32. That's my SMBC. I know that it makes, let's see, it's down here. That makes $11.65. So $16.55 divided by $11.65 is 1.42. So I need 1.42 recipes of that. And the filling is my frosting. So it's going to be the same one, number 32. And I'm going to divide 722 by the amount of grams that makes again. What is that? Number 32, 1165. Divided by 1165. So that means I need 0.62 of a recipe. All right, now I can see here easily that 1.42 and 0.62 is just about 2. So I'm thinking I'm going to make 2 recipes of the SMBC for my frosting and my filling. I also need my drip. So let's see what my ganache is going to cost me. Chocolate ganache is number 41, and I did not put how many grams it makes. Pretty soon I'm going to update this to put ganache on the baking calculator so we'll know, but I'm just going to make 1 recipe. It's only $3. I'll probably have a little left over, but that's okay. All right, so this is what I need for cake and frosting and fondant, or excuse me, and drip and filling. And now I have to figure, what do I need for supports? Well, that's down here. I need a 8-inch. I need one of those. I need a 6-inch board. I need about 12 bubble straws, and I'm going to put this on a 12-inch drum. I need some cupcake liners. I need 12 of those babies. And I need my clear clamshell box. I just need 1 of them because it's only a dozen. So I don't need anything else down here. I think I'm pretty well good. All right, so after I've input all that, then all your costs have magically appeared over here. Each thing individually, if you want to see it broken down. I add 5% for overhead for things like gas and propane, electricity, and all those things, water. And this is what I paid myself for labor. So this cake is going to cost me, all in all, $144, including what I paid myself to make it in an hourly wage. So it's going to cost me $144 to make it. So I can charge that if I want, if I don't want to make any profit. But I would advise you not to do that, because then you can never buy a new mixer if yours breaks, buy a new oven if yours breaks. You need a profit margin. So I would like to make no less than a 30% profit margin. I'd like to make more like a 50. So I'm going to charge this lady somewhere between 40 and 50. So I'm going to say $255. If I put $255 in there, that tells me I'm making $111 profit, a 43% profit margin, This is the total cost of the cake, and this is what it is per serving. Now we're talking only cake because remember your cupcakes are by the dozen, just a stock price per dozen. So we're just talking about the cake portion here. The cupcakes will come in later. So you know your cake was $2.55. Then when you put in your cupcakes, because you put them over here, right? So they were not included in all this cost because they were just a per dozen cost. So your cakes are $2.55, your cupcakes are $25. If you charge tax, it's $20. And your tax is going to be different, and you should know from the setup tutorial how to do the tax. If you're going to deliver it, it's $42. So you're going to give this quote $342.48 to this lady. Now if she says, oh no, I'll pick it up myself, okay. So let's take this off. Make that a 0 because you're not going to charge her for the time, nor are you going to charge her for the mileage. All right, so that makes her price a little better. It makes it 348 cents. Now down here, if you want to make yourself some notes like put happy birthday Josh on board, and other notes that you just want to make to yourself, something like that. You can write anything you want in here just to remember what you've told the customer or whatever. So there is the simple way to use your Costing Master. And now you always have this cake because it's going to be here. It's not going to go away in your archives. And you can hide that if you want to. The way you do it is you go down here and you hide the sheet. So that way your sheets are not cluttering up all of your area down here. Or you can just delete it if you want. I would advise not to because you might just need the cost for that 6 and 8 chocolate drip cake, and that way you don't have to cost it again. But I do one for each customer because I like to have all this information up here. I like to have my notes because I want to know what I told them I would do, and all of it's all right here. So that's what your Costing Master looks like when it's all done. It's super easy. It really doesn't take that long, and you know you're going to have enough batter and you're going to have enough filling and frosting, and all of that's going to be covered. All of your things that are going to cost you a little bit of money here and there, all covered. So thank you and happy cooking. Email me if you have any questions.